Well, good morning. Thank you. First, let me issue a really warm welcome. We're so happy to have you on the Conrad here, the beautiful Conrad. Second time, I think, Mona. So thank you very much for selecting us as a venue. Brian, Mona. I also want to thank Mona in particular for making me the first old guy to follow John. Jeff, you can thank me later. And when I was looking at the agenda, what an amazing agenda you have in front of you. It's packed full of innovation, AI, technology solutions. We've just listened to an amazing keynote. And I thought, what could I possibly say to you, right? But then it occurred to me that this agenda, in a way, it's a representation of what we're facing every day, right? So we're surrounded by this pace of technology, pace of innovation, pace of change. But in reality, we have a job to do, right? So how do we distill all this? How do we filter this? How do we distill this and convert it into impact? Because that's what this is about, right? It's about how we take this and how we deliver impact. And so I thought there are a couple things that I would talk to you about, right? Because everything we hear, everything we read tells us about a golden age of travelers and tourism, right? So we have an emerging middle class around the world, 5 billion people coming out, hungry to travel, right? We have a region which is just bursting with growth. We have national tourism strategies around the region between the UAE, between Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Qatar. National tourism strategies which are all about doubling the impact of our industry to GDP, layering in unbelievable infrastructure, airports, airlines, all these factors that are just supercharging growth in our region. But it comes down, again, to impact. So there's a couple things that I thought I would just leave you with before I let you get on with your agenda. One, let's not be complacent, right? If you think about practical ways to convert this, this is not the time for complacency, right? This is the time to work harder. There are 25, 30, 40, 50 destinations out there around the world who want the business we have today, not the business that we hope to get tomorrow. No time for complacency. It's time to actually double the effort we make. Two, fundamentals, something I always talk about. Embrace innovation, embrace technology. We're absolutely mad if we don't do that, right? It's very clear the advantages we can gain from that. But do that from a base of strong fundamentals. In a number of years in this business, more than I care to relate, I've yet to see an example of a destination, a hotel, where unlocking commercial performance didn't have a lot to do with getting the basics absolutely right and then capitalizing on that with innovation. Third, be bold. If there's one thing we know about our region, it writes its own context. We had a COP last year in Dubai. We're doing 8 to 10% RevPAR growth year on year for the same month, right? If you ask somebody in Sydney or London or Tokyo, you've had a global event, next year, growth. Why not? Our markets have their own fundamentals. Be bold. Don't look at traditional growth rates. Why can't we grow 10 or 15%? Throw away those paradigms. Be bold. Great. I'll leave you with those things. Don't be complacent. Build great fundamentals. Be bold. Thank you for today.